outside the Atlantic airport. They got a guy seizuring in here.
865 David, an ambulance inside the airport. Where in the airport?
The Atlantic Private, Section 6150 South Laramie. Individual seizuring.
6150 South Laramie. All right, we'll get him rolling. The 731 Robert, are you guys DOT trained?
No, we're not.
All right, I'll find somebody to go with you. DOT unit 7, please, 71.
Wow. When your fans are mad at you for dying in the manner that you did. I'm going to read some comments, right, about Juice WRLD, left on social media by his fans and, of course, by people that didn't like him in the first place as well. I can't help but to think that some of these people are a bit racist because this is a white site, if you know what I mean. So anyways, I'm going to take this one right now from Deadline, right? And according to Deadline, the autopsy that was performed today, which is Monday on Juice WRLD, it was inconclusive. And the additional tests are needed to determine the up-and-coming rapper's exact cause of his death. Man, so in other words, they did an autopsy, but they need to do some more tests. They're going to cut him open some more. They're going to dig some more and pry some more. The man's dead. He's dead. But you know, this is how this goes. They got to find out scientifically what caused it. Additional studies are required to establish the cause and a manner of death for 21-year-old Wrld A. Higgins. The office said in a statement referring to the rapper and singer's real name, Wrld Higgins. Additional studies include cardiac pathology, neuropathology, toxicology, and histology. I don't know what all them ologies are, but I was thinking they would have done that already. I don't know what other ologies they did already, but they still have to do pathology, neurology, toxicology, and histology. So we'll be waiting around some more to see what the outcome of this test is. So for those of you who don't know, Juice WRLD, he died on Sunday after collapsing at the airport in Chicago at Midway Airport, and he suffered convulsions and he went into cardiac arrest. Federal agents, accompanied by local police, searched luggages belonging to the rapper and his entourage. And this is what authorities told the Chicago Tribune. Now, you can imagine, right? The feds swooping down. You just got off your private jet, and the feds are swooping down, or your charter jet, really, because Juice WRLD didn't own a jet, but he had enough money and clout to charter a jet to fly in private jet style. Let's get that part correct. So can you imagine getting off a private jet? You know what's on your jet. You know your shit's dirty, right? And here comes FBI and DEA and local police. And you're like, oh shit. So where do we go from here? Let me say this before I go any further. What I think happened was Juice WRLD was scared as hell, or he probably was already high, and he accepted the consequences, and he was like, yo, we got a lot of shit on the plane, man. We got guns, we got bullets, we got all kinds of shit. We got a lot of drugs. They took over 70 pounds of weed, 70 pounds of weed. You don't smoke 70 pounds of weed. You don't even party and pass around 70 pounds of weed. That's transporting. So guess what? I know I'm getting arrested. So all this handful of pills I got right here, mixed with perks and Xans and whatever else, I'm throwing all that in my mouth and I'm about to swallow every last one of them. I'm going to jail. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested high as hell. And I think that's what he did. 21 years old. Your frontal lobe is not fully developed. Don't ask me. Don't take it from me. Take it from science. Okay? The human brain, the frontal lobe, which governs higher thinking and decision making, is not fully developed until 25 years old and beyond. So for those of y'all who are older than 25 that's trying to talk to some girl or some dude that's under 25, please remember that you're about to do some babysitting and some child raising until they get past 25. And that's just facts. Alright, so I don't know, man. I said in my last video that, man, Juice could have threw all that stuff in the toilet and flushed it. He could have just left it on the plane with all the other drugs, let them find it. Hold up. Let's talk about what they found and all that other stuff. But he didn't. He threw a whole lot of shit in his mouth and swallowed it. And the end result was a convulsion, which led to a massive heart attack and death at 21 years old. So, law enforcement suspected that the jet and the men arrived in Los Angeles. They suspected that they were carrying contraband. That's what the police said. I think they were tipped off. Wink, wink. As officers searched 2 carts of luggage belonging to Juice WRLD and his entourage, the rapper began convulsing, foaming at the mouth, eyes rolling over, hit the floor, and went into a fetal position. Police sources told the Tribune. An agent administered 2 doses of Narcan. Narcan is used to reverse the effects of opioids. Actually, there are people that actually walk around, right? And they go to neighborhoods where there are known to be people that are on heroin or whatever, and when they're about to overdose, they're the people that like bring them back to life. And that's what they shoot them up with, Narcan. Now, the thing about this is, how come they didn't have this when black people was on crack in the black communities? Somebody walking around with some lab stuff that would shoot them up and get them back to sanity. Anyways, they shot him up with Narcan on the spot to reverse the effects. The rapper regained consciousness, and paramedics rushed him to an area hospital where he was pronounced dead. So apparently all of what he took was just too much for his body to handle, and the Narcan still did not work. There was no sign of foul play, and all individuals aboard the aircraft are cooperating with the CPD and have given all their information, said the Chicago police. During the search at the airport, the drug-sniffing dogs made a positive alert for bags on the luggage cart. This is what the police said. We searched, and it turned up 41 vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana, 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup. 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup. Now, what I want them to do is to go find a frickin' doctor that actually okayed these 6 bottles of prescription codeine cough syrup. Find his or her ass and put them in the mix as well. But you know what? They probably won't. And I don't even have to explain to you why they won't. So, 2 9mm pistols were also found, plus a .40 caliber pistol was found, a high-capacity ammunition magazine, and metal-piercing bullets were found. And this is according to the police. Again, wow. The security guards that were with the rapper, they were charged for possession of the guns and the ammunition. Listen, citing law enforcement sources, right, ABC 7 said that one of the men had a valid concealed weapon license, but police found a high-capacity magazine in his possession. He is charged with 1 count of possession of high-capacity magazine and metal-piercing bullets, and 2 misdemeanor counts of carrying or concealing a firearm in the airport, which, even if you got your concealed weapon, you can't do that shit because there's a sign that says, no weapons beyond this point. The second man, though, he was charged with 1 misdemeanor count of unlawful use of weapon, carrying and possessing. The Chicago native, Juice WRLD, he released, and this is a little bit of Juice WRLD history before I finish up with what I gotta say. He released his album, Death Race for Love, in March of 2019. Check this out. That album went #1 on the Billboard 200 charts. That's cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You go #1 on Billboard 200, that's money in the bank till money in the bank your grandkids could spend if you spin that situation right, which Juice was doing. The rapper and Season also recorded the single Hide. You know, like you hiding, ducking, somebody looking for you, can't find you. And that single was featured on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Not to mention, he was on a non-stop tour. The brother was 21 years old, man. 21 years old. And he definitely came from poverty and worked his way up through his talents and skills into wealth. And here we have it, dead at the age of 21. Honestly, I think he died from a dumb-ass mistake. He could have left all that shit on the plane, but he just chose to take all the drugs because he thought, fuck it, I'm going to get arrested, so they're going to arrest me high. I'm going to be in jail tonight, but I'm going to be high as shit, right? Now, some of these comments, check them out. One person said, yeah, really surprised about this goofball's death. Another person said, metal-piercing bullets. Sounds like this wasn't a matter of if, but a matter of when and how. Another person said, this guy had guns and 70 pounds of weed on a charter jet. And when he saw the cops coming, his first thought was, I better eat all these Percocets and drugs so they don't find it. Like, that was going to be the thing that they were getting busted for. What a dumbass. A bit insensitive. Another person said, have some freaking sympathy, jeez. Another person said, what a waste of life and talent. Another person said, talent? Really? Laugh out loud. Another person said, what? Talent. Let me stop and just say something. It's funny when talentless people comment on situations like these and comment about talent. His talent was good enough to get him a #1 on Billboard 200. His talent was good enough to get him to the top of the charts on over 20 tracks. He collaborated on over 20 tracks that went #1. His talent, and he was only 21 years old, his talent was good enough to get him to be able to charter a private jet most of the time that he traveled, to travel around the world. So when your talentless ass sits at home saying, what talent? Laugh out loud. I don't see any talent. I bet you will not accomplish more than what this 21-year-old accomplished before he left Earth, even if you lived to be 100 years old. Carry on. Another person said, a rapper with drugs and guns all around. Color me surprised. Another person says, this guy evidently wanted to be some kind of organized crime figure. Good lesson for Hollywood. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Somebody said, good riddance. Another person said, grow the F up, loser, wishing death on a young man. Another person said, you're scum. Another person said, I hope you're looking in the mirror. Someone else replied and said, I could say the same about you, actually. Another person said, how insensitive of you. And the final comment was, R.I.P., rest in peace, return if possible, Juice WRLD. Damn. Leave your comments in the comment section below. People, tell me what you think about this one. It's BrainFLoTv, man. You know, I just put up a comment on, and I say BrainFLoTv because that's what a lot of people know me as on my main channel, which has over 190,000 subscribers on YouTube. But I am growing this channel as well, and one day we will get there. But I just put up something on Instagram today where I talked about how a generation ago, just one generation ago, we used to rap and sing about selling drugs, about getting money from it, about buying nice things, about lifting ourselves out of poverty, about legalizing our drug money and our illegal hustles money into legitimate businesses. Have a homeboy open up a barbershop and beauty salon. Had a homegirl open up a beauty salon hair braiding store. Have another person open up a restaurant. Blah, blah, blah. Get the money clean. Live a good life later on in life. And then just one generation later, majority of our singers and rappers their main title is about how much drugs they can consume or how in love they are with their drugs. So we went from street entrepreneurs to freaking junkies. And not only junkies, but celebrated junkies. We used to look down on junkies. Now we have a generation of people that want to become junkies because they think it's cool. Who's to be blamed for that? Let me leave that right there where it's at. Talk to me in the comment section. It's BrainFLoTv. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe and help us to grow. All right, I'm out. Peace.